Good morning. Good morning. David Delight will uplift you. Stay tuned. The show is about to begin. Grab your coffee. Stay tuned. This show is about to begin.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, and most of all, the most beautiful woman in South Africa right now, Miss Elsa.
Good morning. You changed fast. Gee whiz.
I did. I realized I had a hoodie on. I saw the picture and I'm like, no. See, this new camera angle, I'm still trying to figure out here. Like, how you tell me I look handsome, but I feel I look like a dork. How's that? Is that better?
That works. That works. I'm not going to say it's great because the last time I said it's great, you said, no, that doesn't work. You did whatever you want in any case.
You go, it looks wonderful. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Click. He changes by the minute. I do. So Elsa and I got a very, very, very fun phone call this morning that we're not allowed to talk about. But all I have to say is everybody, if this happens, I can tell you we're going to be changing a lot of things in a good way because we're going to be doing bigger interviews. Elsa is looking to change the world. And I love that about her. And that's what our whole community is. A whole community full of people who literally see the best in everybody, who want to bring out the best in everybody. And I'm trying to find why I can't have my YouTube open in the background. My internet's hating me the last few days. But we've had a lot of good things coming about. We have a lot of things coming up. I say you should camera angle from the top down be, however, then the reflection. Right? That was what I hate to admit it, but that's exactly how I felt. Like, if I go from the top, I'm going to be like 100% like bald guy up here. And I don't want like you guys to be stuck looking at me. Come on, Brandon, you can do it. What can I do? I don't know what I could do, but all right, so you're saying top down? All right, what if I tried this? All right, guys, how's this? And we'll do this. Whoa! Nope, that's not going to stay at all. It's on a beach. Sorry, I just want to look my most best for you guys.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm trying to be fine.
We're seeing you from every angle. So it's like a 360.
Oh my God. Like, you are the hero for dealing with the man-child. You are, Elsa, you are the hero for dealing with a man-child. I am the king of being a child. Mr. Herzog and I are supposed to I love that guy too. Mr. Herzog and I are supposed to hang out tonight, but if this phone call I just got out of actually happens, I'm probably not going to be able to make it tonight, but I will be out there Saturday. I am running in a 5K. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not that big of a runner. I'm gonna look more like I passed out, like, type of thing.
Don't like running.
I don't like running either. But here's the fun thing about that: it's a superhero run, and I literally will be running dressed as a superhero. I haven't decided if you back out, I will kick you in the ego.
Why are you searching for your ego? It's like,
I'm wondering where he's gonna kick me. Where is my ego that you kick me? Like, is that in the stomach? Is that in like the butt? Like, where do you kick somebody to kick them in the ego? Like, but no. Get an apple box to balance it. Oh, that's a good idea. I get what he's saying.
But
I get it. I get
have
it.
all the drawers out.
The most random comment. I love it. Ready? I ran through the forest once with an axe. I love it. Why are you searching for your ego? Best quote ever. Yes, I love it. So we have a lot of fun things coming up.
Quote.
Yeah, right. Like we're gonna make that like like yesterday's guy. We have the what T-shirt are we making? It's
vibrate. Do you vibrate? We need to start writing. Oh, it's recording. We can just go watch our ideas.
We're gonna be like, all right, T-shirt ideas. Fuck Joe. Got it. Check. Vibrator. All right. Do you vibrate? Like, oh my God, his quote yesterday had me in tears. He our guest.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. And the proceeds we get, we can give to charities.
Honestly, I love the idea. I love the idea of making
weird ass T-shirts.
Oh, yes. Because think about that. Like, weird ass T-shirts. Like, could you imagine us having a T-shirt? His quote had me die. It's not okay to shake your kids, but you can vibrate them. And I was like, oh my God, no! Don't say these things. Come on, Brandon. You could do it. Get the axe and make an apple box. Oh my God, for a better camera idea. I picture me outside building this thing. Like,
there's guys on YouTube that do that. They chop wood.
Really?
Without shirts.
You saw me without a shirt.
Some of them
backstage.
are quite hot, eh? Some of them.
Well, yeah. Think about it. Like, if I'm gonna go on air and I have to do a show all with like my shirt off, I'm gonna make sure I'm jacked. I'm gonna make sure I'm oiled. I'm gonna make sure I come out. I'm gonna make sure the angle is just right.
Work this out in your head already.
Like Mike Herzog said, I am a man-child. Like my mom will tell you that. Like I just love being.
It's you all man-child.
Yes.
Children, man-childs. Wow, I don't know how you say it, but all men are man-childs.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my God, this is straight fire today. When I get Mike Herzog to compliment me like that, that's when I know we're doing something right. Brandon has been known to do a thing or never mind. I'm not reading the rest of that one out loud.
No, I wanted. You have to.
You want me to read this one? All right. Here we go.
Fair.
Brandon has been known to do a thing or two with wood. I chop it with my shirt off. Not me. Elsa's the funny one. But I have to be able to cut this down and build myself a box to put my camera on as long as I'm eating a brownie in the process. This is what I've been gaining. I got that. Plaid shirt and shirtless. All right. Or firefighters are the only acceptable times you have an axe. The rest are potential axe murderers. Bingo. But like Right and Wrong Podcast has it right on the nose there. Like if I'm just walking around with an axe, does that make me an axe murderer? Or does it make me just go ahead?
Do you remember an old movie? Isn't it my stepmother's an axe murderer? I think, don't you? But it's like a really, really old movie about the guy that marries this chick and then she's an axe murderer. Somebody had to watch it before.
Like my wife is an axe murderer.
Or my stepmom is an axe murderer or something like that. Someone's going to know what I'm talking about, I'm telling you. Somebody's going to back up my story. Yes, there's a movie. But that's like 25 years, if not more. So, no. How long has videos been out?
We have 2 movie buffs in the comments right now that I know of. Maybe 3 because I see Jessica Dugas, one of my favorite humans alive. Jessica, I am so excited. I hope you're good at coming back next Tuesday because I need a Dugas half hour because Phil and I have not had any time together to bond. I married an axe murderer. There it is.
Something like that. Yes. I knew I wasn't crazy. It's a very old movie.
Really? Like, see, there you go. And that's Mike's great aunt. The woman that plays the great aunt, or plays the mom, that's Mike's great aunt.
Really?
Yeah. And then here's the other thing. I love your reaction. So apparently, I'm being told you have never seen 8 Mile?
No.
Oh,
I know about Eminem, and I like Eminem's music, but I've never. It's his movie that we're talking about, 8 Mile.
Correct.
Is that the one? Okay.
That is the one.
I've never watched it. No. I don't know why. I don't have a reason. He's a good
honestly,
I like his music, but I've never watched the movie.
We have a question for us. Are you ready? And Mike says no. Lizzie Burden is an actual axe murderer in real life. I did not know this. I did not know this. Question.
I'm loving this episode. I just need to know. I love serial killers. Not because they kill people to read about them. Please don't get it twisted.
Do you realize how off the show went yesterday? We went from you teaching us that you know how to bury bodies, scaring the crap out of everybody, and then you'll lose yourself in this movie. Ha ha! I love it. And she's not his great aunt. I'm sorry, I messed that up. So I read that
in 8 Mile.
No, and my aunt's a serial killer or whatever the hell that was.
My aunt's an axe murderer.
Axe murderer, yeah. Because I'm supposed to care.
My wife.
Oh, my wife's an axe murderer. That's the name of the movie.
I'm married to an axe murderer. We're all wrong.
Right? So, Right and Wrongs podcast says, question, is the Woodsman for Little Red Riding Hood a Lumberjacks or an axe murderer? Ooh. I actually have no clue, but I'm going to actually go, he has to be the axe murderer, right? What's your opinion?
Axe murderer. Definitely not a lumberjack. Axe murderer.
And I look like a lumberjack today. I got this like nice blue like plaid on. I felt like a
Don't they wear red and black?
Huh?
Don't they wear red and black? Isn't the plaid red and black?
Are you telling me to go change? I can do it again.
No,
really quick.
No, I'm asking. I didn't know that they wore different kinds of plaid, because all the things that I've seen with lumberjacks, it's always black and red.
That's because it looks slimming. They get buff. They still have self-body images. They're like, oh no, my biceps are not flexing the right way.
Red and black it is. That's right. Why I wear black. So.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, Elsa comes on this morning, and she knows where I'm about to go with this. She gets on, and she's getting dressed, and I go to pull her in the screen and say good morning, and her shirt is this pink color, and her jacket's on, and she's like, putting it on, and I go, oh, she's topless, and I go like this, and Elsa goes, what are you doing? I'm like, I didn't think you were dressed, and she just starts laughing and laughing at me. I'm like, I try to be respectful. I didn't know.
I do have a shirt on. I'm just showing the people. I do have a shirt on.
Yeah. Show everybody that. Mike goes and kills a family with a family shirtless, then sends Ilsa flowers.
Is that the movie?
That's going to be a new movie. Jessica Dugas, we look forward to seeing you in a little bit. Go get your stuff knocked out. We love you. We hope you're doing well, sending you good things. And then I saw a comment back here. I want to make sure we say hi to everybody. What is with the axes and people? Axes are better for wood chopping, so Brandon can make an apple box and balance the camera for a cleaner angle because it looks like a ball.
That must be the comment of the day.
That comment got me. Oh my gosh, that was funny. And the best part is Brett Gordon's in the background helping run the show. And I have like, hi Brett. Uh-oh, he went and got an axe. Uh-oh, better watch out. I better watch what I say or he's gonna axe us out. But like, we have him in the background. We have Brian Tracy, Mike Herzog, Jessica Dugas, Right and Wrong podcast. Bro, I'm glad you're back again, by the way. And then Mark Smoler is in the background. He is our guest later today. And Mark, I have to be honest, you're catching us at the weirdest beginning of our show we've ever had. Like, this is random, but I want you to know I'm super excited for you to be on in a little bit and have a fun conversation with you and learn about everything. Note, not after I become a serial killer, that shirt won't be on.
It will be a new shirt.
I changed
black and red one.
I change clothes quickly, so please no, you can try to kill me, but I will literally I'm gonna be like and be changed. Like I can change quick. Have you seen Bruce Almighty?
Yes, the
Jim
first
Carrey.
one. Yes, the one was Jim Carrey, I saw. Yes, that one.
So you know when he goes and all the clothes come off?
Yes.
That's what I've always wanted to do that. From that whole movie, all I wanted was for me to be able. Is that better, guys? Is that a better angle? Hold on. Is that better?
You're gonna
For
get
the
a
hater.
message again.
I know.
For that
I'm gonna get a message. Hey, don't be showing that chest hair. That's too sexy. Get the light or get the axe, bitch. Mike, you are like killing me today, buddy.
What did he say?
Yeah. Ready? You get the light or you get the axe, bitch. Like
the morning motto.
Right? Come have a cup of Java with us and a shot of delight or get the axe, bitch.
Bitch.
All right, on to like other things because you and I are gonna. Brandon has already changed his pants once today. I have changed my pants once today. I've gotten 3 good phone calls and it's only 10 a.m. this morning. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna fit my whole day into today. Like I have so many things to catch up on and get done, and I have a lot of things coming up, and I'm so grateful for. There's one of my favorite humans. Sorry. Jane, good morning. Did I miss the cups? The cups? Like here, hold on. Ready? Let's cheers Jane. To Jane.
To Jane.
One of my favorite humans. Jane, tonight on the H, we are going to be I hate you so much. I hate you so much right now, Mike. Jane, we can't talk about your secret that you've given to Ilsa and I, but we are so excited that I will tell you right now, this man, Mr. You son of a bitch, and this man will actually lose their mind when I tell them your secret. But right now, Jane, we're not telling your secret about who we're going to be having on. What's that?
We're doing it. I said it's difficult, but we're doing it.
I know. Oh, hold on, squirrel. All right, back to this. I love you too, buddy. And then, Jane, I want to let everybody know today we're going to be shooting an episode of The H, an honest conversation about health, hemp, and happiness. Jane has been a guest on there before, and we are literally, oh my God, I just saw the back screen. We are literally talking today to a doctor who is not able to. Great day, great day, Ilsa and Brandon. Happy Wednesday, CK Ford. I love you. Happy Wednesday, CK. Cheers to CK. I love you. Your post this morning inspired me. I laid in bed for about an hour speaking positivity to myself because I knew I needed to. No one's going to talk positive to you except yourself. So I had to do that for myself this morning. And it was very interesting to listen to myself because every time I went negative, it was easier for me to keep pushing that negative, and I had to stop it like so fast and then be like, no, dude, break out of that. Like, what's wrong with you? Break this here because you're better than what you're thinking of yourself. And that's not easy for me to do. So, yeah. But tonight, the H, we're actually interviewing a doctor who has been let go from his hospital system because of the vaccine. And we're going to talk about this and talk very in depth about what it is and facts of what's happening. We're not going to get into a debate. We're going to have an honest conversation because this is a very heavy topic right now that a lot of people are feeling and getting upset with. And people are confused around the world. And I'm tired of the confusion. I'm tired of feeling lost myself. I am not an anti-vaxxer. I will tell you that flat out, hands down. I will go get the vaccine. I have issues of hearing so many people tell me they've had problems, and then there's confusion. It's a bunch of things. So for me, it's not a negative thing. It's a let's just find the facts together and talk things out. That's it. I promise, guys. If you've got the vaccine, thank you for being safe. I don't have the vaccine, but for me, I'm someone who's going to like lock myself in my childhood bedroom and just cry away my tears. That is my vaccine. Get over my childhood traumas by my dad yelling at me still. This more exciting than dumb billionaires going into atmosphere any day. That's actually funny you mentioned that. I mean, look at this bald giant man. Not an anti-vaxxer. He is a flat earther. Don't debate me on that. The earth is flat, but we're spinning so fast that it doesn't realize we're flat. We're being pulled in. It's centrifugal force.
It looks around.
I'm totally making that answer up. Please no, I am. Or is he a giant midget? Maybe I am a giant midget. And it's little person. It's little person. Let's use the proper terms here because I feel like I'm like being attacked for my height right now. I'm not 6 foot, so I'm labeled little. I'm sorry.
No one else a little. I'm a little annoying.
I'm a little annoying. Like somebody asked me the other day, "Do you ever shut up?" And I said, "What do you think?" Like honestly, I feel bad. No, I talk in my sleep. Apparently, I talk in my sleep a lot. Britt Brad says, "Why do the people who don't get the vaccine have to be labeled as not caring for other humans or unsafe?" Ask that tonight, Britt Brad. Tonight, I will be more than happy to have you there. Brandon supports John.
I feel the same. Yeah. I feel that question. It's you get labeled. You don't have a choice.
100%.
You should have a choice.
That's the thing. It's like it's having a choice is one thing, but being able to know it. Like if you could go to college and you know you're going to be able to get the degree you want and the job you want and all that stuff, you set yourself up to go do that and know that's the work you're going to go through. But with this, they labeled people playground. That's his nickname for me. I am the playground, according to my best friend. So just so everybody knows. No, the conversation today is actually positivity, speaking positive to ourselves. Ilsa's telling us about her South Africa. She's petting giraffes on her way to work. She just like, parks on the side of the road and goes, and that's the noise giraffes make in my head.
I don't know if does giraffes make noises? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to Google that.
Get some CBD Delight in your mug. Am I too hyper this morning, buddy? I just got a text. Brian, is this from a few minutes? Wait, did he really say yes? Am I allowed to say anything about this yet, Brian, or no? Are we like scheduling this? Like, leave me a message on that, like right here. Cartoon. Sorry, Mike was telling me I'm hyper this morning. He said, "Put some Delight in your coffee." I do need to put it. So wait.
I've been hyper the whole day.
Minions and axes. How did you know that's what we have in the background today as our special guest? Brett Gordon, ladies and gentlemen, or otherwise known as Bob the Axe Murderer. I can't reread it. I'm on air. No way, Brian. I won't say anything, but just send me a thumbs up if that's true, like he's scheduled. Because then Ilsa and I will be happy to just keep it to ourselves, but we will market that later today when we all meet. All right, cool. Thank you. Ilsa, it looks like we have some good shit coming our way very soon. There is the love. There is the love. So, ladies and gentlemen, hi, Sarah. Happy. He's happy, Mike. Leave him alone. You two. They label us. They label us because the media tells us we are unsafe, unvaccinated, super spreaders, yet our immune system with the cannabis treatment can prevent COVID-19. Honestly, Jane, join the conversation tonight. I'm going to beat you, but I'm going to beat you. We're not doing that yet. We're not calling facts. I'm not doing that. You know why? Because we have to have a conversation. It has to be open. No, you did nothing wrong. It's creating the boundaries.
I've been feeling that statement that she's made very, very positively. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because I've been smoking for 2 years. I have been in contact with so many people that had COVID and I haven't gotten it. I went for 4 tests. Was it 4? All of them negative.
Mike, I see what you're saying. Sorry. Yes, you are 100% correct, and I do have a Delight coffee mug. He's right. Guys, I got to do this, and I know I don't do it, and I need to. But Delight Cafe CBD. This is the company I built. It's won 3 international awards. My mom is actually coming in here to help hang the awards, so I don't put holes in her walls because I am living at my parents' house. But that's what you do to change the world. You go back in and you break yourself down to being very high, and like you break yourself down to being the best you can be. You sometimes have to take a step back. And for me, I'm taking a step back, came home, but this is my company. It's Delight Cafe. It is odorless, colorless, tasteless CBD. It's for the person on the go. Go to delightcafe.com. You can sign up for a monthly membership subscription where you get included in everything we're doing, any new products that are coming out. You get to vote and help us pick new products. But above all else, it helps you when you're like hitting life and life hits you really hard, anxiety hits in, and all of a sudden there's an axe murderer in your background that looks like a minion. You never know when it's going to happen, but at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you find your calm, balance, and delight when you need it most. So do me a favor, go check it out, delightcafe.com, hit your friends up, share this message, tell people about it, because the only way we change the world is helping each other, and I will be there for all of you. So like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that, but yeah, gonna be DH this afternoon. Got to have an honest talk about the other side of the story. The vid, the vax, whatever you want to call it, we're going to talk about it. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your people, because truth be told, this is a discussion that needs to be had. The Delight Show is quite delightful. Oh, I'm sweaty. I'm sorry, guys. Enter with caution, Mandy. I slipped crack in their coffee this morning. We are a little hyped because Brian Tracy sent Ilsa and I a message and said, I need to talk to you guys on the phone right away. So I jump on the phone with him and he tells me I have the best guest going to come on Java Delight. And I'm like, okay. And that's all he could tell me. And then I'm like, well, is it scheduled? And then he tells us both who it is, and her and I freak out like we're little schoolgirls, like dead serious. We're both like, ah! Like I think I screamed louder than her. Okay,
I also think you did. Brian actually peed his pants. Am I allowed? He actually asked me, "Did you go to the toilet? Because you're gonna pee your pants if you didn't." I'm like, "No, I'll take my chances. I'm busy with something. Quickly, just tell me."
Oh my god!
I was. Let me just. Before I say too much.
I was like, do you want me to interrupt you?
No. I'm keeping quiet now. I don't want to spoil it. So I'm going to keep quiet.
I know. He gave me a thumbs up that they're getting him on the phone and getting a calendar invite all set up. And the minute we have that, Elsa, you and I are going to start marketing this because it will be...
Please. Yes.
I have to be honest. It's a life-changing interview. Wouldn't you say that?
It is. It is a life-changing interview, and I can't tell you how many times this guy's name pops up in conversations in our office.
Yes,
everybody knows him. Everybody, he's amazing. He's amazing.
He's 1 in a million, and he is someone that is changing the world. And to be able to even say his name with our show takes us to a level that makes us like, oh my God, as my ear itches, takes us to a level that makes us like just see what we're doing really makes a difference. And that is something we're trying to make sure we keep doing.
I got goosebumps.
I got goosebumps.
I'm so excited.
Brett says minions don't need to get the vaccine. Mike says, Brandon, what are you doing tomorrow? Buddy, I'll just call you in a little bit and you and I'll try to figure out tonight. And then CK Ford, ready? This is a good one. Well, as someone who has had COVID and I have never been that sick ever, and Jessica Dugas is in the same boat. Both of you have got it, and both of you. Jessica's been out for 6 weeks. This is the first week I've seen her actually come back strongest that she's been. So please know, I really do think the vaccine is essential, but I do think that the virus is just as bad. But I don't like getting things I don't know. So finishing this, and the side effects of the vaccine is mild compared to COVID. P.S. Trolls beware. I am not the person you would want to come for because this will not fare well for you. And honestly, 100% don't troll people on this. Like, look, you can have a different opinion. That's the whole focus of my brand is be calm in all situations. Damn it, I need a light in there. In all situations to keep your life balanced, and then you can end on a delight.
But
know?
in life, it works like that. You give people the knowledge, but you still give them the freedom to make their own choices, because we're all smart enough to know what's good for you. And that's all it's about.
Yep. And CK Ford nails it. CK Ford is my spirit animal.
Exactly.
CK Ford is. Is it bad that I don't know who you are talking about? No, actually, Mandy Atterbury, it's not bad, because we are not talking about. We have not given the name of this guest out yet. It's somebody that we had just started talking to, that watched an episode and was extremely impressed with that woman being from South Africa and making the difference that she's doing. And it's going to be one where we're able to completely have a breakdown of many things and have a. You're gonna have to use your F word, because like Mark doesn't even know he gets one, and I've already used Brett's. So,
I'll use the whole August month's swear words in one day. One day.
No,
all of it. One. No. When we can start promoting, that first sentence out of my mouth is just gonna be, how many do I have left? What's the date? 26.
You have 26 F-bombs. So Mike Herzog says, no. What are you attending tomorrow evening, B? And I am 100%. I don't like going places alone. I run events. I do things for the cities. I show up, I entertain, and I'm gone. I do not like being around a ton of people. I don't like concerts unless I'm like right next to the stage. I don't like big public events unless I'm running them. But tomorrow, I'm actually signed up for my first ever improv class, and I'm going to be taking lessons, and I will be going to a class all by myself. So my heart gets nervous because I don't like being alone. And I'm supposed to go hiking with Britt Brat soon, and I feel bad I keep canceling on her, but it's just been, my schedule's been crazy. But I love hiking.
I'll hike with you.
When you get to the States, actually, I'd rather come
hike with you. I will be a permanent name in your diary.
You already a permanent name in my diary. I'm like,
I love hiking. Oh, I love hiking.
What did you do today, Brandon? Elsa and I talked on Java Delight. We had such a wonderful conversation. We learned about vibrating babies properly and how to bury bodies. Like, God, that doesn't sound bad at all. Breaking out of the comfort zone is how you expand our comfort zone. And Mike Herzog is an actor and a genius and one of my best friends. I would count everybody in these comments today as a genius, like 100%, because they bring a different side of me out, and I don't surround myself with like people. I want myself to be surrounded by the people that are going to take me to that next level, no matter if they're a minion or not. Like,
I have the same problem as you. I also don't like going alone to places, but you have to do it. So tell us more about your improv. You were busy talking, and then the squirrel ran past again.
Where's the squirrel? So I'm supposed to go on a 10-mile hike with Ryan, and Ryan, I have big news for you too. I had a meeting yesterday with somebody that I literally was like, I need to get you two together. Like, so don't worry, buddy. We'll talk. Brett says, wait, we learned about dead bodies? No, we learned how to
burn bodies.
No.
That's on the next episode.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Thursday, we learn how to burn the body. It's Thankful Thursday. We're thankful we know how to dispose of evidence. No, yesterday, Elsa made the comment that she knows how to dispose of a body. How it came into context, I don't know. It's just the squirrel that's in this.
We were talking about all the serial.
Oh, your serial killers.
And my documentaries that I watch.
That's right. You love documentaries about people killing people and hiding the body. That's where we went. And then we had our guest on yesterday, and he taught us all about how you can't shake babies, but you can vibrate them, and babies love to be vibrated. And I'm like, I got it. Like, that one is, and Britt wants to learn how to bury a body. So we're going to create an episode. It might be like a Sunday special, like going to church. It's Delight Cafe Church. Delight Cafe Church now. We're going to get shovels. We're going to dig. We're going to have minions come out and be digging with us. Look at his face. God, he looks angry. Like,
he's gonna how do you say? explain to the people how to chop up the bodies. Like, be the example. How do you say that?
Sorry, Mike's calling me out. No, you're good. What were you saying?
No, my English left me for 5 seconds. It's fine. Let me just gather myself.
Oh, and Mandy Atterbury, you are a genius. I'm not even going to let you say you're not. Like 100%, you are in your own way. And the only person stopping you from believing that is you, because I see the amazing things inside you. Mike Herzog says, Britt Brett, if he skips it and bails on his promise to attend a workshop, I'm not skipping it. With the goodness of improv, the goddess of improv, he will only be shortchanging himself. And he's right. I am beyond blessed. The person that's going to be teaching me this is a renowned teacher. And like, wow. She says, I wouldn't let him skip. I just love to be a bad influence. I 100% appreciate that. And look at this. You guys are commenting to each other. I approve. Please continue to. I approve this support. Every 5th episode of Law and Order teaches you how to burn bodies. I did not know this. I did not know this. You're teaching me things. Serial killers use Lucky Charms and Frosted Flakes. First off, those are my 2 favorite cereals.
Oh, is that what it is?
I feel it. Brian, hey, buddy, it's good to see you. Good to see Brian. I'm glad you're here, Brian. Woo! Love it. Elsa and Brandon, delightful training, how to pet a giraffe, vibrate a baby, and vibrate your baby while burning the evidence. Like, the people are going to tune in and see this and be like, what is going on in this show? Like, do they have direction? No. I was asked that the other day. What is the plan for your show? Where's your target? And I'm like, we don't have one. And they're like, what do you mean? I want to be able. I love this. Brian, we love you. We're glad you're here, man. Please keep coming back. Check on people. You missed us.
That's so amazing. So good news. I'm telling you, I'm overwhelmed today. I'm very overwhelmed. Carry on.
Lucky Charms. So I have a question for Mr. Brett Gordon. If Lucky Charms and Frosted Flakes make you a serial killer, and I eat both of those, does that mean I'm going to be a serial killer, or I have to use them when killing someone? And I'm not planning on killing anybody. I want to emphasize that on this recording right now. There is nobody in my life I'm mad at. I love you all. I'll cook someone a very nice dinner if they buy me a camera track slider. That just sounds dirty if I read it like the right way. It sounds like he'll cook you if you buy his camera slider. Like, all of that can be dirty and bad at the same time.
That's how you can get rid of a body. You can cook it. Maybe he was giving somebody some advice there.
Yeah, like, for real. Like, oh my God. Hey, what are you doing later? I'm cooking. Come on over. Got something to cook you in. Jane says what is that? The crematorium is now doing cremation, where they are liquefying bodies, dumping into the drain and water treatment plant. What? Send me an article on that. Like, I'm with you. I need to see this article because, Jane, I believe you, but like, my heart just stopped there. Brandon thinks he's canceling. No. Brandon thinks he's canceling on me for hiking, but I actually think he's a serial killer. So I cancel on a roundabout way while making him think it was him. Like, honestly, I think that's how it goes. Like, she's like, Brandon, do you want to go for a hike? I'm like, yes, next year. You two going hiking into the deep woods. Brandon walks out alone. And Brett Gordon says Cap'n Crunch is squashes all. No, Cap'n Crunch rips apart the top of my mouth. I don't like Cap'n Crunch because I'm like, and then I'm bleeding. I don't want to bleed from the Cap'n.
I've never had any of the cereal, but we do have fun cereals here as well. But
you haven't had Lucky Charms?
I've had Fruit Loops. No, I haven't had Lucky Charms.
I heard your ex-husband was that.
Yeah, and not so much. Fruit Loop. I thought you said Lucky Charm. I don't know. My luck actually returned once I decided to get divorced. So.
You got me choking up here. And now we have a new way of getting rid of bodies, right? So we have learned in the last 48 hours how to get rid of bodies, that babies can't be shaken, but they can be vibrated. We've learned a lot in the last few days. Oh, jungle cats are lovely. I'll make sure I look hot when I kill you.
What did you just read? Jungle cats are lovely. It's jungle oats are lovely.
I read jungle cats are lovely. Like, yeah. Like, Brian, thank you. What the F? Lucky Charms is not universal. Like, I would have thought you would have had Lucky Charms.
No.
Are you serious?
I think you guys should send me a box so I can test it, because if I need to try now, I need to try. Okay.
Like, honestly, Mike, you can be my drummer. They're creating a band. I would like to see Brandon try to kill me. You and I get in a fight, Brandon. I don't hit a girl, but I will push her off a skateboard
or a cliff.
Yes, very true. All right, let me read our guest bio. Today we went off the rails, and I absolutely love everybody jumping in here and having one hell of a fun conversation with us this morning. This is the way we're supposed to start our days, with laughter, joy, positivity. So I am so grateful you're here. Ilsa's going to the end of her day. And she's like, after this, she goes and films her pornos. And then from there, she goes, oh, I'm sorry. Her podcast. Said the wrong thing. Sorry about that. Totally different channel. Wrong thing.
Porn movies are on weekends. I don't have time for them in the week. I don't.
I need to build up my energy for that.
If you can. Too much energy. Yeah. This is just talking and sitting there. That's like exercise and everything.
I 100% agree. And then here's this. Ready? Are we going to start the OnlyFans? There already is an OnlyFans. It's Care Bear Brandon, and it's me in Care Bear onesies. And like, for real, I just show up and slowly unzip different Care Bear onesies. But I match the emotion of the Care Bear. So if it's like grumpy Care Bear, I'm like,
are you being dead serious? I asked you this. Are you serious? Do you really have OnlyFans?
No, I do not. I might have OnlyFans that I don't know of.
But that's not a shitty idea. You can sell literally anything on the internet. So if you ever feel the need to make extra cash, do that. That's funny.
No, not you, Brandon. We don't care about you, Ilsa. What is your screen? They want your screen name. Comments. Ilsa, the weekends get romantic. Do you have your kick-ass Care Bear onesie for WrestleMania yet? Yeah, it's in my closet. You guys can make fun of me. You ready? I actually folded all of my onesies up and like had them cleaned and all that and put them away neatly because I didn't want them to get dirty. And I was like, all right, how am I going to market these shows? And last night people were like, oh, just put them on, go on TikTok, make silly videos of yourself in the onesies and you'll be great. And people will love that on TikTok. And I'm like, I just cleaned these. Like, now I got to go play outside. And then Mike and Brian are over here talking about their band. Brett, exactly. He gives it away for free anyways. Brian Tracy, I am on that. Gifted with the triangle, he says, unfortunately. And what makes me laugh about that is Mike is really actually good. I've seen him do it. He's like... And like he just beats it. He beats his triangle very well. Oh my God. Do I have an OnlyFans? Like, I ask because I feel like somebody's created one and I just don't know it. Like the Care Bear. Like, oh my God, that's a great name. Watch Brandon in the nude tub milk and Lucky Charms on his OnlyFans. Oh my God. Brandon's mom made him clean the onesies. She did. I do beat my triangles. That's funny. All right, I'm going to read the bio, so we're ready for our guest today. Mark, if you could throw me in the comments. I don't see a website here. I want to be able to share all your social media and everything that you would like us to share. Throw it in the private comments or say hello to us here, and we look forward to having this conversation with you. And now look at this. They have a triangle. They have a saxophone. A saxophone. Someone told me I should have an OnlyFans. No, you should. It should be Britt, you're in. There we go. Britt Bratt is now the saxophone player for Brian Tracy's band, the Care Bear Brandons. And I love it.
Bear. That's a tongue twister. Bear.
Trust me, I get it. So we have Mark Smoler coming on. Mark is certified in an advanced sports nutrition and is cut from the same cloth as the world-renowned David Goggins. If you are looking for an outspoken, charismatic, humble yet fiery health, fitness, food, and nutrition expert, then Mark is your guy. Full-time single father that has raised 3 kids on his own.
I read.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be. You don't be flirting with him, Elsa. All right, he's a good dad. He doesn't need distractions from women like you. Mark has over a decade of uphill stories, healthy meal prep tips, and numerous analogies, and tons of catastrophes that can be shockingly direct yet memorable and impactful. So, guys, this is going to be a great one. I have a feeling Mark's going to be able to match our energy today. He's going to come in and he's going to be like, God, I don't know what I'm getting into. But then he's just going to turn around and Ilsa's going to start doing her flirty thing that she does. And everybody's going to enjoy it, you know? So, yep, there it is. See, I tried that once, but they didn't like me turning my beard like that. Oh my gosh. So Elsa, tell us a little bit about your day so far. And Mark will be here in about 15 minutes, guys. So we're super excited to have him. And Mark, thank you for being willing to be a part of us today. So Elsa, tell me about you. What has your day been like?
Well, my day started very slowly and relaxing, and I did whatever came up, and we laughed, and then I got a call, and I got all ADHD, and then after this, I have to jump into my car because tonight we're doing Riddle Break, which is a metal band that has got a violinist in. We are interviewing them on the Stone Daisies tonight for Friday's episode that premieres. So I'm so excited. So I can't contain my excitement, and I think it's the caffeine and then just this conversation going. And I have never laughed so much in my life. From this morning, everything just, it's been a wonderful day, guys. I've been through Wednesday. It's just going to get better and better. So you have nothing to worry about. I'm from the future.
I'm from the future. So wait. I have to ask. Tell me about this. What are you doing? You're interviewing who?
It's a South African band, Riddle Break. So it's a progressive metal band.
And they have got a violinist.
They've got a violinist in the band, and I've seen them live. They are amazing, but I'm not going to give too much away. You guys need to watch the episode. It premieres 1:00 our time, which I think is around about 9 o'clock. That's
our time. Yeah,
your time, or from there. Yes. So, just excited about that.
Yeah, I love that. So Mike says that they're going to play. So Mandy Atterbury is going to be doing the drums. Britt Bratt's going to be doing the saxophone. Mike is the triangle. Brian Tracy is I don't know, I'm assuming guitar player, but he might be the lead singer. And they're going to play a Friday the 13th show in an abandoned graveyard. That way we're all there. Jessica, I don't know. Today's gone off the rails a little bit. We've learned a lot of things today. But I am so glad you're back. I hope you're ready to participate because we have had some fun today. Like we are I think Elsa peed a little because I know I did.
Even before the show started, don't even joke.
Oh, like my favorite is Mike and Britt Bratt have both admitted they're at work and on their phone at work, yet they're participating in the show. I effing love you. Like,
I love it.
Oh, there we go. Can I vibrate babies for backup vocals? A baby.
Yes, you're in the band. I have to see that. And we'll have the t-shirts made by then.
Yep, we'll have new t-shirts made by then, and it's going to be like, do you vibrate your babies?
Need some lessons to vibrate your baby?
Brian, don't give away my secrets about that. Like how we had huge news, and I keep saying it, but I can't tell anybody who it is. Brian Tracy's probably sitting there going like, God, Brandon, I don't want you to slip and say anything, but like you call me this morning and see, Britt Brandt doesn't even know that we're about to interview Mark Smoler. Like, we're going to be interviewing Mark Smoler. That's who who today's interview is. And honestly, Britt Brandt, you have the looks of the band. You're the lead and backup vocals. But I think that we need to let Brian be able to be the one in the back with babies. Like, how many babies do you think Brian's going to need to – don't tell my office. Jesus. Brian Tracy is the guest. LOL. No, not today. Today is Mark Smoler, and it's going to be a good one, though. So I laughed my tail off at this. I used to have a tail. It fell off because, like, we're having this concert going to go on, and Brian, he's got we need 2 babies. If you're willing to dedicate your babies to be vibrating babies.
Bigger babies make a difference.
Oh, yeah.
Vibration. Smoler, you should give us what size must these babies be?
Nope. Babies and the band vibrators. Like, I hate to say that, but I'm totally picturing like baby dolls on stage. And Brian's in the back. You have Mike just ding, 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 ding. You have Brian in the other corner going Britt Brandt up front, right? I think I have energy this morning. I don't know where it's all coming from. My favorite is this. You ready? This is my favorite part of all of this. The guy running the show in the background has not smiled once this morning. He puts a onesie on to make me feel comfortable and release my anxiety. Then he turns around and he's like, all right, I got you. I got my X and my onesie.
I need that onesie. I need that. That right there. I need it. Not I want it. I need it.
Yes, like 100%. This is our secret. You are 100% right, Jane. CK Ford, you are jumping in, and she goes, you can sew a onesie on there, but CK, I have my unicorn onesie, and it has a rainbow tail. I'll have to send you pictures. I've taken some sexy pictures in them. I'm like this with a unicorn onesie on and the tail. Like, yeah, it's one of my favorites. So Brian gave us the criteria for our babies, for our vibrating babies.
Extra large and one tiny baby.
So we're looking for an extra large baby and one tiny baby. So if you know a friend who's had a baby, say we need them to be vibrated on stage, okay?
Shaken, not stirred.
Like, right? Yeah. We don't stir the baby. We don't shake the baby. We vibrate. Oh my God. Use a Cabbage Patch doll. Oh my God, yes. Brandon, did you have Wheaties cereal today with vitamins? Vitamins on steroids. I actually had Lucky Charms with a little bit. No, I didn't have Lucky Charms. I had I ate a good breakfast. I had bananas with toasted oats because my parents are watching what they're eating because they're older, and I realized I'm old. So I need to watch what I eat. Use a Cabbage Patch doll. Absolutely. 100% love that because we can get bigger ones. I just thought of a perfect doll, Brian. I'm going to send you pictures after this. I have a doll in the other room I'm going to run and get, and I'm going to put her up here just for this, okay? Like just for our concert, all right? Are you okay with that? You're like, I have no idea, Brandon. Too much info, Mr. Tracy. What did he say? CK, look at his OnlyFans. He does bad things with the unicorn tail. That is not true. That is not true. James Brandon, shaken, not stirred.
Vibration, not stirred.
Right? That is funny. Oh my gosh! All right, so we have 6 minutes, and I still have not gotten into your day.
Okay, I'm gonna keep quiet now.
All right, no, you're the one supposed to be talking. Tell me about your day. Tell me about what you did today, and then that way I can bring Mark in 5 minutes and have a great conversation with one of the most amazing people that we're going to have on this week. He's top 5 easily.
My day, I told you about my day already. I told you that we interviewing Riddle Break.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me about work and the giraffes that you pet, and like, did you get to like hold a baby lion this morning? You're in South Africa, so I'm picturing you.
You must stop telling people. Everybody wants to come to South Africa because they think that the lions walk in the street. They don't. They are in the Kruger National Park. They're not petite houses. I do not pet any. I would like to every morning wake up and pet a giraffe, but I unfortunately don't yet.
So, like, I have dogs. My parents have dogs. I've had dogs. And they sit next to me, but they don't try to get my food. But I've been to houses where the dog tries to get your food. Could you imagine you're eating breakfast and then all of a sudden a giraffe comes in and just like, and starts like taking your food off your plate? I would lose.
Did you go on that link that I sent you?
With
that restaurant in Kenya?
Yes!
I sent you guys a link. Yes.
You're
so that
supposed
literally
to
happens.
You're supposed to
I
take
will.
me there.
I'm going to take you.
But you
I
got to
also
take
want to go
Mark
so
too.
you can come with. No, everybody can come with. Everybody should experience that in their life. Everybody should see the animals in the wild.
Mm-hmm. So, like, thank you, Brian. I am so glad you're here to help with this because Ilsa has lions for pets. She's hiding them. Don't let her be fooled. Let her fool you guys. She has tigers, and then she has wild llamas. The llamas are there, so she shaves them in the fall, so that way she makes her clothes in the winter, and then she goes fishing with great white sharks and teaches them how to jump through hoops.
And I hug penguins in my free time.
Yep. Have you ever had a monkey go in for your food?
They don't come close to when you, but it's only when you're on holiday because I'm in Johannesburg, so there's literally nothing. It's quite far from the bushveld and that. But I know there's places where you can do that. They do take the things out of your hands and stuff. So in Durban and in the bushveld, if you go there on holiday, and they do. The animals come close to your camps and everything. You can see them. You can see lions lying under the trees and stuff. But you have to stay in your car, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we've got national parks where you can actually drive through and see we went to Nelspruit. It's got a new name now, but it's a little town that's about 3 hours drive from here, and then you go through the National Kruger Park, which is a national park. And we haven't even paid our admin yet, and there was an elephant standing right next to like 3 meters from our car in the bush. I mean, have you ever seen an elephant in the bush? It was amazing. And we didn't even, a kilometer later, you only pay your money to go in because that's just the gravel road. I mean, it's amazing to see it. It's beautiful. South Africa's a beautiful country. It's got the most amazing scenery. We've got Table Mountain. We've got Franshoek. We've got Neisner. Neisner.
What is Table Mountain? Like, is this a mountain you climb and there's a table at the top for a picnic? Like, what is Table Mountain?
In Cape Town, there's a table, so it's flat on the top.
Okay.
And then if you look at it, when they take pictures from the other side, when you look at it, it's like a mountain, and then it goes flat. And so they call it Table Mountain because it looks like a table.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I got you.
I'll send you pictures. I'll send you pictures.
Table Mountain. No, I shouldn't read that.
Exposition.
I was trying to click off of the one, and his came in, and I ended up putting that one up. I'm like, oh crap! It's a mountain in the backdrop of the Lion King movie. Really? That's how we start the whole concert. We have Brian out front with his babies that he's going to be vibrating, and he has. I'm just trying to help with this. So, like, I'm trying to picture this concert. So, all right, guys, Don't go anywhere. We will be back in about less than a minute. It's going to be about 30 seconds, but we're going to be back with Mark Smoler. Mark is a certified and advanced sports nutritionist and is cut from the same cloth as the one and only renowned David Goggins. And if I said that wrong, please know I'm really not trying to. I just am ADD. If you are looking for an outspoken, charismatic, humble yet fiery health, fitness, and food nutrition expert, then Mark is your homie. Full-time single father that has raised 3 kids, ladies and gentlemen, not 1, not 2, but 3 beautiful kids, all on his own. Mark has over a decade of uphill stories, healthy meal prep tips, humorous analogies. It's fun having all these lights in that, and tons of catastrophes that are shockingly direct yet memorable impacts. So, ladies and gentlemen, coming up right after this, I was at Taco.
I want the taco.
What? Listen to this. This is the greatest thing ever. I got to read this. Hello. It's great to see you here today. Gorgo. I hope I say that right. 187. I was at Taco Bell last night, and the guy who was working the register overheard me talking about Twitch. He wrote your channel down on a napkin and said, "You're the top-notch, high quality. I should check you guys out." He also gave me a free Baja Blast soda. Hell yeah, that's what I like to hear. Thank you for joining us today. That makes me so freaking happy. Like, you're going through Taco. I had Taco Bell yesterday too, so that's funny because I didn't get a free Baja Blast, but you did, and I love that you came on here to say it. So please know, thank you, and help us spread that positivity. Elsa is from South Africa. She pets dragons, lions, and feeds like sharks as a hobby.
Gee whiz, I got promoted. I'm pet dragons.
You do a little bit of everything. All right. Before I get distracted again, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to be able to bring in Mr. Hey, come on, computer. Mark Smoler.
Hi, my name is Brandon, and over the past year, the Delight Cafe team and I have traveled across the U.S. researching this rapidly growing industry of CBD products. What we have found throughout the industry were products that were inconsistent in dosage and used ingredients that weren't even lab tested. Products with chalky textures, bitter aftertaste, and worst of all, confusion among the CBD consumers. That's why we created Delight Cafe. A 15 milligram, lab tested, all natural, water soluble hemp CBD powder pack. It's odorless, colorless, and tasteless. Add it to your favorite drink of choice, wherever, whenever, on the go. Quickly find your calm, your balance, your delight when you need it most.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I'm not sure where you're at, Mark, but we are honored to have you here today, Mr. Mark. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Really humbled after the introduction you gave me several times. But
I wanted people to know who you were. I wanted them to know, like, you can't go anywhere. He's like, you are coming on, and I'm going to be able to not talk as much. I get to meet you, and you get to be the one taking over all the talking. I hope you have stories about elephants and, like, petting giraffes.
I was going to say, I feel my studio, I've got 2 drum sets set up in the back, but they're both kind of half set up. So I feel like I should be playing my drums with my shirt off, arm wrestling a lion, and holding up a sign that says, "Do not consume EDTA," which is found in your Arctic Blast or your Baja Blast. But yeah, you guys are having fun. A lot of great stuff to talk about, and definitely appreciate the energy and mostly the positivity.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. Now, I'm fascinated. I had fun reading your bio because of the fact that a father of 3, that is something to raise them as a single father. I want to start off by giving you 100% praise and say thank you for being a great example of what men are supposed to be, because there's a lot of guys who don't. And for real, thank you. Because I'm sure you don't hear that a lot. So
correct. Thank you. That means a lot to me. True. Don't hear it enough.
So,
from another single parent, I've also got 3 kids. I know exactly how it feels. So thumbs up for still
thank you
being sane.
Did you hear how excited she got when I said you were a single father of 3 kids? She's like, ooh, and I'm like, leave him alone. Like, let him get on the show first. Like, but yes. So Mark,
got some synchronicity going.
We do. So Mark, you are a single father, but you've done a lot of other cool things. You focus on kickstarting a healthy lifestyles. Tell me about what that means, because I do diet, I do exercise, and the word diet is something that I hate to use. Talk to me about what these things are that you do and how you build the best for people.
Great question. As we become adults, we do things subconsciously based on habit. And I can't remember the technical term. I wish I could, but maybe you guys do. But there's a scientist will study brain activity and see that we actually leave imprints on our brain through repetitive activity. And we don't even process whether or not we like the outcome. We just keep doing it because it's familiar and safe. And that's what our brain wants to do, is keep us safe. So I don't use the word diet either. Diets are not sustainable. Diets are negative. I also don't use the term lose weight. When I meet with my clients, I never talk about losing weight, because losing is negative. Like I said, our brain wants to protect us. So people listening, no one has ever gone on Twitter and said, I lost my car keys and I'm so happy about it. And now I'm going to be late to work and I'm going to lose my job. And then when I come home, I'm going to lose my spouse. No one does that. So our brains associate losing weight with the same thing. It's not good. So I talk about getting fit, getting strong, getting healthy, getting lean, getting sexy, being able to perform the way you want. Yeah, exactly. And living your best life, and also being a great example. Obviously, I think about that with my kids. We don't allow Lucky Charms in the house, but hey, and we haven't ever. And actually, when my daughter was like 3, there was an article about me in the paper about being a healthy single dad cook, and the journalist interviewed my daughter, and she talked about how she had earned the privilege to go get some health or some junk cereal at the store. And, I can't remember, I think she's 4 or 5, but she started reading the ingredients and she couldn't pronounce any of the words. So she put it back. So
but that's a good thing. Like,
yeah, it's a great thing.
Oh yes, 100. Because how many of our foods do we not really know what's going in there? And even the foods that don't have that, like your vegetables and that, how many of them are getting sprayed with pesticides and things that we don't know we're putting in our body? Do you have your own farm, like you grow your own fruits and veggies? I see you being a dad out there that gets his hands dirty with his kids. I just see that in my head.
Not enough. Some herbs, blackberries, we go through blackberries like water, but not enough. I don't have a green thumb, and we live in Texas. So it's, sometimes things are coming along and then all of a sudden they burn up in 2 weeks because it's been 100 degrees for 2 weeks straight.
Yo.
But as far as diet, I think food should be fun. Eating should be fun. We're blessed to be able to eat. And so I understand why people go to Taco Bell. They want to have fun. But, and hey, if you do that once in a while, whatever. And then as far as kickstarting a healthy lifestyle, again, it's habit. And we don't realize that hitting the snooze button is a really, really bad habit. Making your bed and springing out of bed is a great habit. All those sort of things. And obviously Goggins really resonates with me. And I love the way he talks about I think somebody should invent an app or an alarm clock. Obviously you'd have to ask David for his permission, but when your alarm goes off, instead of it playing music or a lullaby or a waterfall, it's Goggins screaming at you, get out of bed, you effing blank, blank, blank. And come on, you blank, blank, blank. And yeah, great.
Yes. I don't want to be woken up like that.
But think about it though. Like I remember in high school, I had a CD player. I know, wow, I'm old. But I had a CD player across the room and it was my alarm clock. And when it went off, it would blare music. And I had the option, jump up and turn it off and lay back down, or let it play and let my dad come in and yell at me. I had to choose which one was going to be more important. And once you jump out of bed, there's no way you're going to want to go back in when you're you don't go back. So I think that's a great idea. I love it. Really quick, I saw this and I want to get your opinion on it. So the phrase shedding weight is an alternative? Question mark.
Yeah.
I love that. And then the other one, Brian, is get strong every day, lose nothing, gain everything, clean food, clean life. Brian, we interviewed the other day, and yesterday he has a meditation app. I want that app now, right? 100%. It's one of those things where changing your life is like literally about being able to. My dad and I talked about this weekend. It's not just exercising. It's not just like eating right. It's not just talking right. It's literally a lifestyle change. So, Mark, being a single father of 3, that had to be hard as hell. How young were your kids? You don't have to give me names or ages or anything, but like you had young kids, I'm assuming, a father of 3, and you have to change your entire life and build this mentality into these 3 young kids. How do you do that?
So I'll give you a little background on it. Excuse me. So I'm married about 12 or 13 years. Didn't want the divorce, was against divorce. She wanted the divorce, fine. And for the first 2 years, they stayed with her, with the mom. And because so what happened was I went from living in a house in the suburbs in Chicago to changing careers because my company downsized. Went into a sales job that was 100% commission, got an apartment in downtown Chicago. And the first 2 years, so I was 40 years old, I worked 3 jobs. I worked my commission job. I wasn't making enough. And in Illinois, they garnish your wages for child support, which is great. It just got taken out automatically. It's fine. But I didn't have enough money to support myself and to support the kids when they were with me on the weekends. So I worked part-time at Guitar Center when I wasn't doing my sales job Monday through Friday. And then I taught drum lessons on the weekends. And after 2 years, got custody of them, fought for it. She wasn't very fit, just to leave it there. And that's a whole nother podcast. But anyway, got custody of them. And my boys were in 7th and 8th grade, and my daughter was 6. So here I am. And so she called me that Sunday and said, I can't handle the kids anymore. I'm bringing them to you. And then things went back and forth, and I had to file for actual full custody and get them away from her and everything. But anyway, so yeah, I got no notice. So I called my boss, who is an awesome person, and he in Chicago at the time. So this guy's a bachelor, single, no kids. And he says in very colorful language, screw her, we're going to make you the best hardworking single dad in the city. So I had that encouragement, right? I know, right? So I'm like, okay, I got this. So the next morning, he calls me and he says, go take your kids out to breakfast, get them some new shoes, blah, 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 get them ready for school. I got you covered. I'll cover your sales route. One of my other sales buddies calls me and he says, meet me at such and such for breakfast. Okay, I go over there and he hands me an envelope with $6,000 in it. And he says, I know you're good for it. You pay me back when you can, but I know you're going to need to, buy the kids all the stuff they need. You're probably going to need to get a bigger place and all this stuff. I mean, those are the kind of people that are in Chicago, which is why they say it's one of the greatest cities around. So I had that around me. I didn't have anybody else though. I didn't have family to help. I didn't have, you find obviously people, you find people who will help you. And a lot of my buddies' wives, were they were like, oh my gosh, bring your kids over anytime. So people rally around you, but it was difficult. But the reason I say all that is because the first 2 years, it was a shock. There was a lot, and there were days. So I was selling food and beverage supplies to hotels and steakhouses and fancy places in Chicago. So my stomach was grumbling because I didn't have any money and I wanted to save it for my kids. And I would literally pack up like 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and put them in my car. So I'd walk into these steakhouses at 11 o'clock and smell garlic and crab and steak. And I would start to feel sorry for myself. I'd be like, screw this. This isn't fair, blah, blah, blah. I'm eating peanut butter and jelly and why me? And I saw a quote one day in an email, and I'll keep the story short just because about the email, how I got it. But it said, it is on the bottom of the email, it said, it is unfair of mankind to ask why me when bad things happen, unless we're willing to ask why me when good things happen. And so, yeah, I was just impacted with that. Excuse me. And I started this mantra. I said, better is on the way. Better is on the way. I made it through yesterday. I can make it through today. I made it through yesterday. I can make it through today. It could always be better. It could always be worse. It could always, and I would talk back to my hunger. I would talk back to my, the baby, as Goggins says, the poopy pants self. I would just talk back to it. And I'd say, nope, better is on the way. I made it through yesterday. I can make it through today. And I did that for 2 years. And I did what Goggins says is callous the mind.
Wow. Wow. So now I want to elaborate on one part of this in particular, the mantra. What made you start doing that for yourself? Like, why a mantra? Because a lot of people don't realize how important those are. And I talk a lot, so they don't listen to me. Tell them why a mantra is so important.
I'll just say this: your words predict your future. 100%. Okay. I like the law of attraction, but I'm not 100% believer in it. I know I'm throwing a lot of stuff out there where people are like, wait. I'm not 100% because there are, and someone just posted this on Instagram, law of attraction, blah, blah, blah. They were selling something. And I said, not true. I said, go ask the child who's been in a wheelchair for 30 years and every day says, I'm going to get out. I'm going to get out. There are people who don't get out. There are Olympians who said for 4 years, I'm going to win the gold medal. They were in front of the mirror. They practiced their acceptance speech and they won the silver. Not bad, but they didn't win the gold. Every year, someone loses the Super Bowl every single year. And there are people on those teams who said, I don't know how it happened. I mean, I envisioned it. I meditated. I drew it in. I journaled it. So, but I think it's good to say your words predict your future. If you say, why does this crap always happen to me? Guess what? The universe says, yeah, you're right. It does always happen. And I'm going to give you proof because I don't want you to think you're crazy. So the mantra also, it counteracts all the negative voices. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I just pulled in a quick comment. Like I didn't read it. I was like showing it. Law of work thy ass off.
I like that. I like Brian.
Brian was yesterday's guest.
I want to get his app too. So, we all have those negative voices, whether they come from watching social media and believing the false narrative that people put out there. Oh, they're fit and they don't work out and they travel all the time and they drive 15 Ferraris and they never have to put gas in them. That stuff gets in your head. Maybe something your parents said one day or one time, or you asked somebody out in junior high and you didn't know what you were doing. You were all awkward, right? And that stuck with you forever. So all that stuff. You have to counteract that. You have to counteract the stuff that commercials try to manipulate and make us think. The government, songs. How many songs? I mean, I'm an 80s brat. So how many 80s songs was this? And now I look back and I go, oh, they were singing about dirty, raunchy sex. AC/DC was, but I still like that song. But I didn't know it. But it's somewhere in my subconscious. So just doing that self-talk, and it's a real shame. You remember Stuart Smalley from Saturday Night Live? It's a shame that they kind of, I get it, but I think so many people remember that and are like, well, I don't know. I don't want to look in the mirror and say I love myself and whatever. Why? Why not? You tell yourself every day, I look like shit. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too slow. I'm too old. Why did I go into this career? Maybe my wife is right. Maybe my ex-husband was right all those years. I mean, you tell yourself that garbage. So you should tell yourself good stuff, pump yourself up, and who knows what'll happen. Maybe you're getting your hopes up, but it's a heck of a lot better than, being depressed and angry.
And once you change your mindset, everything will start changing because you're seeing it from a better perspective. You're not seeing the issue, you're seeing solutions or where it can take you. So that's why mindset is important, especially I think in weight loss as well. I have a problem. I can't eat. I have a bad appetite. I get spurs where I eat a lot but in the mornings when I wake up, I can't eat. I can't eat till about 12, 1 o'clock. And then I have to force myself because I know I have to eat. What can someone like me do? What steps can I take to make sure that I'm getting all my vitamins and all that kind of things? Because I really struggled with my appetite.
Great question. So you're saying you're asking for others, but also you struggle with that.
Yes.
So tell me more about that. Why do you think you struggle with it?
I don't know. I just don't have an appetite.
Has it been like that your whole life?
Yes.
Okay.
I've never eaten breakfast. When I wake up and I think, okay, in an hour I must eat, I'm like, oh, I can't do this. It puts me off completely. But I make sure, there's some days where I go 2-3 days without eating. So now I'm forcing myself to at least eat once a day. It doesn't matter what, I need to eat at least once a day. So, and I know there's a lot of people, I think because of body dysmorphia, is that what they call it? And mental issues about your body and stuff. And I think that is maybe why from high school, because it's always been like that. It's really always been like that.
And I appreciate you being candid about that, because when I first asked why, you said, I don't know. And then you kept talking, and now a little bit more comes out, which is great. So hats off to you. I applaud you for doing that, because obviously that's going to resonate with a lot of people. So my first piece of advice to everyone is always listen to your body. Everybody's different. And I try to keep up with Goggins with his workouts. Some days I can, and some days I just can't physically. Mentally I can, but physically I can't. So I always tell people, listen to your body. If you feel like you need a nap, then get a nap. But also think, well, did I drink 3 things of Mountain Dew while playing Xbox till 3 a.m. and I had to get up, at 9? That's why I'm tired. Okay, well, listen to your body. So I would say listen to your body. And then secondly, I don't know how much you're comfortable sharing, but I'd want to know, what your height and weight is, or, your muscular strength, your ability to lift, bend.
I actually have a 6-pack. I'm not going to lie. I do not exercise a lot. I did a little bit of CrossFit, but I hike a lot, and I'm always active. I'm always busy with something. So I hula a bit and I'm 1.56 meters long. So 5'2". I don't know. I think 5'2", and I weigh between. It differs between 60 and 63 kgs.
So how many pounds is that? Sorry.
I have no idea.
Quick, somebody Google it.
100.
Is it?
No, I don't know. What did you say? How many kilograms? I got you.
Yeah. Okay.
60 kilograms.
63 kgs.
Us stinking Americans, we think we've got everything.
Right? And then we're going kilograms to pound. And you said 60?
60, yeah. Make it 63. Make it maximum.
Are you sure you don't want me just to make it 60, just to be safe, so that we were not saying anything else? You are at 130. I'm going to lower it just so that way. Get right here. I don't have to say it. Let Brett get the one to be in trouble. 130 to 135. And then Stuart. There's Stuart. I knew he'd have the answer. I was hoping
so you think you're 5'2", 230 pounds? I don't think so. But with a 6-pack, it'd be almost impossible.
6'3". It's not as I said, I don't gym. But I am built muscular. I mean, I'm not going to put a photo here for everybody to see, but there's photos on Facebook. Some people have seen it.
I got you.
I'm healthy. Well, not healthy with my eating. When I eat healthy. I eat.
Okay. I would say if you're able to sustain a healthy lifestyle, an active lifestyle, and your fitness routine without eating 3 square meals, then that's okay, as long as you're able to sustain it, as long as you're not getting lightheaded, as long as you have ample blood flow, as long as your bodily secretions are healthy and all that good stuff. And mainly your blood. I mean, if I suggest people at least donate blood once a year to get some sort of blood workup, but every 2 years. So if you're healthy, then go for it. To answer your question about getting some sort of breakfast or something, I would suggest, and I'm wondering how your sense of smell is. So when you smell things, do you enjoy it? Do you like it? Is it a pretty strong sense of smell?
Yes, I would say so, yes.
So I would suggest just cracking open an orange and smelling it and really just appreciating that orange, and take a couple bites, just eat a couple of the segments. You don't have to eat the whole thing. Because most people and I would say everyone, but I'm sure there's an exception out there. Most people, if you don't eat breakfast, your metabolism, see, your body's been at rest, your metabolism is slowed down a little bit at night. So when you don't feed it first thing in the morning, it starts storing fat because it's on a clock. We all have biological clocks, and your body doesn't know when it's going to get fed again. It doesn't know when it's going to get nutrients. So it starts storing fat. The other thing is, do you drink water first thing in the morning?
Coffee.
Okay, so that's going to dehydrate you a little bit. So I would suggest at least 8 ounces of water. We all should be drinking at least 64 ounces, which is a half gallon a day. If you're below 64 ounces, work towards that. If you're already at 64, work up towards 128, which is a full gallon. But try it. Just try it. And you got to kind of keep track of it for like a week or two.
Okay.
Get up, drink 8 ounces of water. Don't drink ice cold water unless you thoroughly enjoy it. Drink some water. Go for a walk, stretch, whatever. Give some gratitude. Stand in the sun, appreciate the day, and do a half an apple. Do a half of an orange, something like that, and see how you feel. Then see if that kickstarts your metabolism, your appetite, so that you are slightly hungry at 11 or 12 or whenever you want to eat lunch.
Okay. I'm going to try that. I'm definitely going to try it. Thank you so much.
So really quick, because we're in this conversation, there's a lot of people joining in the conversation, the chat about it, but Brian comes along. He's just like stealing this today. I love it. Keep coming, Brian. I fast in the morning. Is that bad? Because I know I sometimes don't eat breakfast, but if I don't eat breakfast, I usually don't eat again until dinner. So that's why I try to make sure I eat it. So that's a good question for me. If I miss my breakfast or I fast through breakfast in the morning, will that be a bad thing?
I wouldn't just come out and say yes. I'm not a fan of it. I'm also not a fan of fasting at all. But if it works for someone and they can sustain it, then keep doing it. But like I said, are you getting the physical results? Are you getting the visible results? How's your blood? How when you go to the bathroom, is everything functional and normal? Are you lightheaded? Are you short of breath? How's your blood flow? I mean, if you donate blood, or heck, if you cut yourself or something, there better be some steady blood flow. I'm wondering why Brian fasts in the morning. Some people just don't like breakfast. Some people, it's a pain in the butt. Some people say they don't have time, yada, yada. If I was going to fast at all or skip a meal, it would definitely be lunch. I would not skip breakfast or dinner, just because of the way our body processes the food and the types of food that we eat. So your body processes carbohydrates fastest, and then protein, and then fat. It saves fat for the end. So, you want to try and think about what you're eating and when you're eating it. And that's why, so for breakfast, oh my gosh, if you can do fiber to get those, intestines going, if you can do oatmeal with fruit, if you can do a bran cereal, things like that, that will also get your appetite going for the rest of the day. So I think a lot of it is not what we're eating so much as how often and how much.
And so I want to jump in on this really quick because, well, first off, thank you. You're hitting we've had conversations before, and we get reviews of people saying things like, oh, no, it's this, and this. And there's always another opinion. And you literally use the right word if it works for someone. For someone. And absolutely. I think that, like, professional on that 100%. So thank you for choosing that.
Let me add real quick. I'm a huge fan of the blood type lifestyle and blood type diet. Don't like using the word diet, but the Diadamo boys, father and son, doctors, studied for 20 years. Just amazing books to research. Blood type diet, blood type lifestyle. It talks about, it's crazy. It will talk about, if you're an O blood type, you're probably pretty intense. You like boxing, you like this, you like that. Like Brandon, I'm willing to bet you're an O blood type. Do you know your blood type?
Mom! No, I don't. Sorry.
That was great.
I'll send out of mine.
That was straight out of Wedding Crashers. Mom!
You asked this, and you're like, oh, shoot.
But so a lot of people don't know, and I'm telling. So the only way nutrients get redistributed through our body is through blood absorption. There's a I mean, you've got villi that are line your arteries and they absorb it and blah, blah, blah. And there's a whole, metabolic process. But blood carries nutrients. Blood secretes to your stomach and it carries things to the rest of your body after it goes through your liver and your kidneys. So your blood type will have an effect on what you're eating, how you're eating, when you're eating. Like we all know somebody who does go to Taco Bell for now, and they seemingly are healthy, or at least they're not obese, right? And we're like, okay, well, if that person can do it, then I can do it. But you have no idea what their blood type is. You have no idea what their heredity is. You have no idea what their parents look like. I mean, there's so many factors. I mean, look at people who all of a sudden are allergic to wheat or dairy or seeds or whatever. And I know people that are in families that they have one sibling that is diabetic or celiac, and the rest of the family isn't. So obviously their blood makeup is very different from the rest of their family.
And I have both of those. Actually, everything you named is in my family. My mom is diabetic, my one sister is celiac, and my other sister is lactose intolerant, and I'm just a pain in the ass. So I had a few good things come in here that I wanted to touch really quick, and then I'm going to bring up your website. But like Brian says, I have a little bit of belly fat. It's a thin layer, and it's just stubborn. I feel the same way because mine goes around, and it's just here. The top of my abs look like I could be like in a movie. The bottom of my abs look like I have a tire that won't go away. So I'm like trying to burn that off, and I know I shouldn't be getting Baja Blast or Taco Bell, but like every now and then it's like a treat to myself. How bad does that affect your body just doing that even once a week as your cheat meal? How does that cheat meal really affect you?
Great question. So the main question I think I'm hearing is, how does the cheat meal affect you? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes.
It affects you negatively and in a very dramatic way. It affects your brain. Okay, so you're weakening the brain. You're saying, okay, I'm doing all this so that I can cheat. Once again, how many times is someone rewarded for cheating? It's just it's not a good thing. And you can say it's a reward, but really all you're doing is giving into the BS that Taco Bell and Frito-Lay and the artificial flavors and colors and all that garbage sold you on. If you're going to avoid it for 6 days out of the week because it's unhealthy, then why would you stick it in your body for the 7th day? That's not a treat. That's not a reward. That is cheating. That's screwing yourself over. And that's the way you got to think about it. So that's one way. So it affects you mentally, but it also does affect you physically. I mean, your body craves that. Your taste buds crave it. And I'm all about enjoying the food you eat. So why not focus on, my friends were harassing me, but I made this amazing salad with pumpkin seeds and cranberries and walnuts and avocado and tomatoes and I made my own dressing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good and so good. And they're like, you're such a freak. And I was like, no, I really authentically feel this way. And if you guys took me to Taco Bell and made me eat that garbage, I would be in a bad mood. The same way kind of somebody else might be in a bad mood about eating a salad. I think you've got to link happiness, joy, positivity to what you're eating. And if it were me, repulsion. So did I use that word right? I'd be repulsed with other foods, and that helps you just eliminate them completely. The lower body thing I want to talk about. So estrogen and cortisol for men will get stored around that lower body area. Also on the triceps, if you've got flab on the tricep, and also if someone's got no, you're pretty solid. And then man boobs. Okay, that all comes from stress and dairy. So my quick anti-dairy speech. So I'm wondering if I'd love to see Brian's message if he consumes dairy, milk, and cheese. And do you, Brandon? Do you consume milk and cheese?
So milk, no. Cheese, yes. I am a cheeseaholic, and my stomach gets like really like. All right, so I'm gonna ask a question. I make a ginger tea for my stomach because I really do like feel like I'm always getting sick in my stomach, and I'm thinking that. Yeah, and I've been working on that for honestly, like 2 years now, and I've owned a health food restaurant. So like you and I have to talk salads. I make the best kale salad. It actually is still sold in 2 restaurants I used to own.
Okay.
Like that's how good it was. But I look at that and I'm trying not to, but I need bread sometimes to help coat the stomach so it doesn't like ache while I'm on air. And I know you're talking carbs on top of like the cream that's in the coffee and the piece of cheese that I want to just throw down my throat and all that because I love cheese. How can I change that? Like I know at night my sweet tooth kicks in, so I've started eating a fruit. Like I'll eat a peach, a banana, an apple to change that type of thing and get me into a better dietitian thing and fix that gut health.
So a couple things. Here's my anti-dairy spiel. So cows, people don't realize they artificially inseminate cows, dairy cows, in order to make them produce milk their entire pathetic, horrible, stressed out life. So they're stressed out and they're producing massive amounts of estrogen and cortisol because they think they're pregnant. They're female cows. They're stressed out in their shitty environment. So you've got estrogen and cortisol. He said used to, recently quit. Good. Well, I guarantee you that belly flab, that stubborn belly flab is going to go away with no dairy and less stress. So again, the cows are stressed. They're releasing estrogen and cortisol. People go to Starbucks, dairy bucks, I call it dairy bucks, and they consume about 30 ounces of dairy because they're stressed out and because women are filled with massive amounts of estrogen and cortisol. And they're piling estrogen and cortisol on top of more estrogen and cortisol. So with women, it gets stored around the gut, hips, butt, thighs. I mean, that's why I'm not being mean. Go drive by a Dairy Bucks at 4:00 in the afternoon. You're going to see a bunch of soccer moms who are 30 to 40 pounds overweight, and all that weight is around that midsection from dairy and stress. So if you can eliminate dairy and you can meditate and release that stress from your body, that belly fat will go away. Now, for women, it's a little bit different. You've got much more. I mean, you have like 98% estrogen, 2% testosterone, and men have the opposite. So we have an unfair advantage. But I want you to look at every single female Olympic athlete out there. None of them have any flab around their midsection, even if they are, and I guarantee some of them are consuming dairy. The reason is because of the amount of intermittent stress that they're putting on their body. So one other way to get rid of fat, which is what it is, let's call it what it is, fat around your midsection, is intermittent stress. So I'll give you an exercise. Do jumping jacks, do knee lunges, do shadow boxing, and do that for a minute. Yep, do that for a minute straight, and then put stress on your body and jump down to a seated position, like a seated yoga position, or hold your squat for 30. Brandon is squatting, everybody, for 30 seconds. So for a minute,
there you go.
Intense cardio with the legs, whatever it is, kickboxing, like I said, jumping jacks for a minute straight. Breathe, everybody. You can do it. Breathe. And don't rest. When you go to rest, go to that seated position and put 30 seconds of stress, pressure on yourself. Then release. That's what Olympians do. That's how they train. Okay. They go intense and then it's pressure, intense and then pressure, intense and pressure. I promise you that will reduce your belly fat and your hips and all that good stuff, because that's the only way you can get rid of those stress hormones, is when your body is under temporary pressure. Temporary pressure is a good thing. We all know that.
All right, hold on, Elsa. I got to read these. I have 2 questions here that I got to make sure I get in. I am on a different kinds of meds. One that I take for my epilepsy. It causes me to get fatigue and low energy. Just to name 2 side effects. What can I do to help improve that?
Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry you struggle with that, and that's a real thing. And thank you for being, just that question out there. Because again, that's a hard thing to lay out there for the freaking world on the internet. But you're helping people, so good job. I want to put some positive energy back out there for you out. Secondly, I'm not a medical professional, but I have helped people reduce the number of meds that they are taking. So the thing I'll say is, There are, and I'd love to, I mean, have that person contact me and I'll converse with them for free and give them some help. And so I'd like to maybe suggest some natural ways and maybe some foods and some holistic ways that they can try along with those meds. Side effects, that's a bullshit term that the government allows for people to market things. Pills, I mean, let's say Claritin makes you sleepy. When they're testing Claritin, if it makes enough people sleepy legally, they can market that as a sleep aid and say, oh, by the way, one of the side effects is you may not sneeze when you're around pollen. That's legitimately how it works. So I hate the word side effect. Side effects are real. And I can't remember what the number is, but it's incredibly low. Like if it doesn't happen to 15% of the people, then they're allowed to market it. Well, what about those 15% people who were affected by the side effects? I mean, that's real stuff. So there are interactions that you're going to have that will produce other side effects that they might not be aware of. So I know I didn't really answer that specifically, but I'd love to, communicate with her a little bit more. I'll give you an example of a side effect we don't know about. So there's an energy drink. What's it called? I can see it. It's got, it has creatine in it. I'm trying to think what it is. Let me look real fast. But they put, hold on one second, I'll tell you. So they put vitamin C, and where is it? Let's see. What's this stuff called? Here it is. It is, starts Bang energy drinks. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bang energy, people I'm sure are drinking that. But when you mix sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, and vitamin C, it becomes highly toxic. There's been studies all around the world that show that sodium benzoate on its own is somewhat safe. Vitamin C, obviously, we know is good, but when you mix the two, it has a chemical reaction and it's really, really bad for you. It's really toxic. So some of these companies don't even realize that they're putting in a preservative with healthy vitamin C, but they don't realize that's a side effect, if you want to use that term. And it's going to cause toxicity in the body.
So would that go along with, do you know if weight has anything to do with food caused, or maybe a leak in the intestines? Could that be caused by food?
If the weight of food, like
hold on, I want to make sure I read that right.
Yeah,
how do you know if the weight is food caused? Like, so the person's weight is caused by the food. Yep. Right. Or a leak in their intestines.
Great question. So a cleanse will tell you. So, and there's all kinds of cleanses. There's a green juice cleanse, a high fiber cleanse. There's a lot of different things that will tell you. And that will tell you based on, I hate to say it, but whatever, it's nature, it's on your bowel movements and things like that. Even the urine that you displace from your body, you'll be able to tell.
Wow.
If you do your cleanse and your bowel movements are improved, and I don't worry about frequency, but they're improved. Migraines go away, you're sleeping better, your lungs feel lighter, and you're still able to eat a meal and keep it in your body, then it's the weight is coming from the food. If you have continued intestinal problems, gastrointestinal problems, if you start to get migraines, things like that, then there's definitely a gut issue problem.
Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to actually check out Mark's website here. I am bringing it back up. I brought it up because you have captivated our audience in the way that I have not been able to pull your website up and show everybody it. So Mark, being a single father, running through all these things, you've had amazing people helping you as you gave them credit to, but how does Mark take care of Mark? And I mean that as in mental health, because Jessica Dugas even said it. This goes very well along with her neurology studies. And and Jane, how she was on 18 pills and is more natural now. But wow. Right, that I read that and my heart went, oh my God, she's almost died twice and she's gone all natural. And I interviewed her a couple weeks ago. All right. I got to connect you two. You two will get along greatly. But how does Mark take care of Mark? Because without Mark being full of Mark and without Mark knowing who he is, You're never able to fill everybody else up. And you come in with this amazing knowledge and energy. It's why we're both bald. We're just too smart. We're always putting those things out there.
I was actually telling my youngest daughter, because she always, her dad's also bald, and she always says, oh, I want to comb my dad's hair. And I'm like, your dad doesn't have hair. I said, but clever people don't have hair, because he's listening to me, and I think like,
our brains are working
he's
overtime.
going to
That's
sue
what
me
it is.
again.
I like that. That's exactly what it is. But like, how do you take care of Mark? Like, if I was to say your alarm went off this morning, what time did it go off, and how does your day go to be able to keep Mark being the best Mark he can be?
That's a good question. And to be honest, I'm a straight shooter. My heart sank a little bit when you asked that, because I don't do enough self-care. I've been saying for about a year now, I need to get away for a retreat for 48 hours or whatever, and just get away from the kids and the phone and the dog and this and that. But I try to be in the moment. I try to practice mindfulness. I try to be appreciative. I love rock and roll, and that's why my Instagram is rock and roll, and it's rock N, the letter N, roll, health coach. So when I put on 80s rock, I mean, I'm in another world. Whether I'm doing cardio, whether I'm playing my drums, whether I just go run back and forth up and down the street 20 times. I read a lot. Like, I'm always reading at least 5 books, mostly nonfiction. And I'm a fighter. That I looked it up. I don't know where this comes from. I probably found it on some stupid website that was wrong, but I liked what it said. So I said, oh, that's the truth, right? Which is something we all do. But it said the name Mark means warrior. I'm the oldest of 4. I've just always been a fighter. I mean, I got in so many fights in high school. I played football. I was in the marching band. I was a pitcher, and I used to throw at people's heads. I had a nice curveball that would come right at your head and drop in. And people my whole life are like, why are you so angry? Why are you like this? Why are you so on fire? And I said, I don't know. And I don't need a why. It's just the way I'm made, and I'm going to do what I need to do. So, I think I find it in, I'm the type of person, if you tell me I can't, or I shouldn't, or I'll never be able to do it, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to work even harder to prove you wrong. I hate losing way more than I enjoy winning, which to me is a flaw, but, I don't know, like, getting custody of 3 awesome kids. It's like, how am I going to do this? Oh, screw you, voice. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be the best damn dad in the world, and just watch. So, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm clapping over you. I'm just proud of you. Like, we don't encourage each other enough. Like, I literally, like, you're saying it, and I'm watching Mark, like, literally say, damn, I need to do this to myself, but I really am fucking cool. God damn it, I used another one. Like, you get one F word, by the way, so don't waste your time. Use it when you're ready, and everything else is fair game for you. But, like, you're saying this, and then I'm watching you say it to yourself, and I'm like, he's literally talking to himself out of how he is negative. And I did that this morning, and it was the first time I did that to myself ever. Yeah. And I'm 38.
I loved your video. I saw on YouTube. It was I don't know, bald, bipolar, and something. And you said everybody was angry at me today. I got so much out of that. So I'm putting that out there.
So I literally, I'm bipolar 2, and my parents' generation looks at mental illness, and they associate it with homelessness, veterans, and all this like negative connotations. And I'm like, that's not the way it is anymore. And I believe if I'm the best leader I can be, I have to be the best me I can be. And one of the biggest things I keep getting told is you have to get in here. You have to start here by telling yourself every day, you can do this. Wake up, get the blood. I love how you're like, look, do jumping jacks, get the heart going, and then do the squat. I mean, my last name's Croucher. I should crouch down all the time, you know? Like, you got to tighten everything and push that anger, that adrenaline, that anxiety out. And our bodies are meant to be able to do that. And without this and this, my words are shit. And I have to be able to make sure those are aligned before I ever come on here. So for me, Mark, you're coming on. And even though I'm watching you process yourself and I'm loving you going, no, I have 3 amazing kids. I've been able to do a lot of cool things. I help a lot of people. It's hard for you to see the good in you. So like, let's say you do an event, all right? And you get 5 million reviews, but one of them didn't give you 5 stars. They gave you 3. Do you focus on that one, or do you focus on the 5 million that were positive?
I focus on the 5 million, especially if it's that ratio. It's 5 million. I mean, if it's 1-to-1, and I'll tell you what, if the one is, like this morning, I know I'm clearing my throat and I'm drinking water. I'm not drinking coffee. I probably need something hot in my throat. And I'm going to rewatch this, and I'm going to say I said too many times, and I cleared my throat, which is not cool. And so I'm always about learning, always about, getting better and learning. So if the one criticism or one negative review has some constructive criticism, then great. But other than that, no. I mean, I'm going to listen, especially at that ratio.
Mm-hmm. That was a big one. I have to admit, but like,
well, even if it's 8-3, I'm going to be doing a, I don't know what we're going to call it, but at the health club that I train at, I'm going to put on around when football season kicks off, football in America, the NFL and college. I'm going to show people what they shouldn't be eating and what they should be eating. And we're probably going to do it in 35 minutes. I'm going to put it on a table. I'm going to, show people what they're really putting in their body when they drink a Mountain Dew and things like that, and how much sugar, and, measure out the teaspoons. And, I'm in Dallas, Texas. It's fat and disgusting here. It is absolutely brutally disgusting. And they take brisket, which is one of the worst cuts of beef. I don't know why they're eating that. You could be eating tri-tip or culotte or sirloin or something. I mean, they're eating brisket, which I've never heard of until I moved here. They're smoking it. Then they're eating chips and queso. Queso is disgusting melted cheese. And then they're big on Diet Dr. Pepper. And I'm like, so I'm going to show that stuff. And there's probably going to be I'm already anticipating. There's probably going to be a few people who walk out. There's going to be a few people sitting like this, skull on their face. And that's okay. That's okay. Rome wasn't built overnight.
There's going to be that one person that needs to see it. There's
going
to be one
and if I can help that one
whose
person,
life
that's
you
great.
change. Exactly. Yeah. And if it starts with that one, it was worth it.
Would you be willing to come back and show us that presentation one day? Because I'm dead serious. I would love to see, look, this is the meat that you guys let people buy the most of. This is what's in a McDonald's hamburger and fries, and how much fat you're going to eat, and how many calories it's going to take for you to work off. I would love for you to come back and show us that, because I cut pop out of my diet and I lost 30 pounds. I changed my diet to being a little bit more 2/3 fruits and veggies, 1/3 meat. And awesome. My God, I lost another 12 pounds. And then I started running and exercising, and I lost another 20 pounds. And it's I kept doing this. And then the next thing I saw was I'm putting all this effort into all these things, but I'm not taking care of this. And that was the hardest thing for me. It's the hardest chakra to open up, I think, for me. I push and I push, but I want to see it be able to be that breakthrough. I would love for you to come back and show us, because the top thing is astonishing to me. I have a very, very important question. Ilse, I'm sorry, we're going to have to go American for a second here. What is your football team?
Chicago Bears. The Bears. Of course.
The Bears. So
unfortunately, my blood.
I hate to tell you this, but I think I'm going to win on having to be the fan that dealt with more problems. There's only one team you can think of that's that pathetic in the NFL that's finally coming back. The Browns.
The Browns.
Yep. I am a Browns fan through and through, have always been, and for 25 years we've had shit upon shit. We matched our name. We were Brown. And it was literally... We just sucked, and now we have this team, and I have to be honest, I'm so excited for this football season, and I feel it's only a Cleveland thing that can get this, but we finally have a winning team, and they're no fans allowed, there's a pandemic, and we're all of the cities bite me, NFL. So this NFL season's coming. I would love to have you come on again, because I'm gonna make sure I want on hit everything we're getting to today, but you came on and you brought this energy. I want to talk about the pop. I want to talk about the dieting. I want to because I hate that word diet, and I hear it said so much. And I think having that lifestyle change it starts with that first thing in the morning, like you said, with that alarm going off. Do you hit snooze? Because all of a sudden you're going to hit snooze one too many times. You're going to need that coffee, and you're going to be out the door getting grab a coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, which you're not just going to get a coffee then. That's when you're going to get a Dunkin' donut. And let's be honest, those are good. Like that's my favorite. I told you I'm a cop, guys, in my undercoverness in this world.
And I want to say this about coffee and caffeine. It's controversial, but scientists have known this for decades, and nutritionists and doctors are finally catching on. So the reason coffee and caffeine is called a stimulant isn't because it has some magical amount of energy stored in it, and you just crunch on a coffee bean and all of a sudden you're able to go another 10 hours. It stimulates the release of energy in your body, period. So it's looking for stored energy. Stored energy is often found in fat cells. So if you have a sedentary lifestyle and you drink coffee or caffeine, I'm willing to bet you get the shakes. You get heart palpitations. You can't sleep before bed, okay? If you're an athlete, and the proof is in the baseball players who were taking ephedrine years ago. They have no fat. They were taking that stuff and still crashing out. I'm the type of person, I can drink coffee before bed and sleep like a baby. So because I have no stored energy, I burned it all. The coffee's like, okay, we're going to help you crash. And that is why people crash. So you go for, let's say you have a coffee and then you have an iced tea, which has a ton of caffeine. And then you're like, oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock and I'm tired. I got to grab a Mountain Dew. You're going to crash. Your body is it has no more stored energy. All that caffeine's looking for it. And you're simply going to crash. And we've all had that. We've all experienced that. So try to pull back. If you're super, super tired, hold your breath. Take 2 or 3 deep breaths, then hold your breath 15 seconds. Exhale, 2 or 3 more breaths, go up to 30. Do the same thing, 45. Pretty soon you'll be holding your breath for a minute. I promise you will feel more alert and you'll have at least a little more energy to get things done, whether you're reading or cooking or driving or whatever it is. If that doesn't work, go crank up some AC/DC and drive with your head out the window at 80 miles an hour.
I love it. So, Mark, something we do here every episode is we end the episode with positive affirmations. So it's literally you can give us your favorite quote. You can give us your favorite line from a movie that inspires you, or even you're a musician, you can sing us your favorite song if you want. But I will give you the first example. Ilsa goes second, and then we give it to you, and you get to take us out for the end of the show today. And I want to thank everybody for joining us. Mark, I already am. Brian Tracy's in here, and he's one of the guys that helps run the calendar for all of us, so I don't make us confused. But he will get in touch with you again, and I want to bring you back because I'd love to have that conversation about food, diet, because people don't understand that Mountain Dew that you drink, that's a chemical in your brain that's being triggered. That's the same chemical as cocaine. So you're literally telling yourself it's okay to keep giving me this. And if you're not going to do that drug, why would you do another one just because it's sold at a Giant Eagle or a grocery store, know?
And brominated vegetable oil is banned around the world. It's in Mountain Dew. One of my friends, the Food Babe, is working to get it out of there. And then EDTA is also banned in cosmetics around the world, and it's in Mountain Dew. So stop with the Mountain Dew.
Stop at the Mountain Dew.
I feel like going Goggins and saying, quit drinking that effing, but I'm not going to.
You get one. Use it at your end.
Use it.
Yeah, we cheer it. Because I use that word. Look, I'm a former pastor, and I'm going to tell you where this comes from. I was a former youth pastor, and that word triggers something in people, and you know that about them right away. If that word is the one that's going to get you upset, then you're not hearing the message of everything else we talked about today. Because our message is meant to touch your heart, and one word can change everything for you, then you're not listening. Right. You're hearing us, but you're not listening to what we're trying to teach. So that's why I encourage our guests, but you don't have to. I'll use it if you don't want to. I'm very good at it. I love the face. Oh, God. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was one of the best episodes. Mark, you really were one of our top 5 guests of the week. I interview a lot of people throughout a month, but you came in, you brought it strong. You taught us a lot of things about eating, sleeping, and being a single father and how the difficult challenges you've gone through. I've been reading the comments, and good Lord, everybody was enjoying this so much. They were giving their stories and standing out. Guys, I love this. Jane, you're down 70 pounds, but you're 50% in bedbound because of the pain. Jane, getting up and walking that eighth of a mile, I don't give a shit what anybody else says. I am encouraging you. Keep pushing. Keep going. You saw me clapping for Mark today. That's because we don't encourage one another for the little things. So take today. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. Before you go hump somebody, find the hemp that you need to calm down with Delight Cafe. Selfish pitch. But turn it around and literally go out there and give of yourself. That eighth of a mile could be the first of a 500-mile walk that you don't know you're taking. It can change the world for you and everyone else.
Hi, guys. I just want to say today is going to be a good day, full of miracles. We've had some good news. Some great things are happening. I just want you guys to stay positive. And then I've got a quote from Jimi Hendrix today, because music is life. Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. So I hope you guys got some good information and knowledge from this, and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday.
Love it. Good job.
Love Jimi Hendrix. Yes. So one of my favorite shows back in the day was Entourage. And, every once in a while there'd be a little bit of drama at the end of the show. And E, who was the manager, would say to Vince, it's all going to work out. And Vince would say, it always does, E. It always does. So end on a positive note and just tell yourself, it's all going to work out. It always does. It always does.
Very well said. Very well said. Guys, we're going to have the H later today. We have a very controversial guest coming on. Please don't hesitate to listen. It's the H, an honest conversation about health, hemp, and happiness. We're having a doctor on who was let go because of the vaccine. His podcast is The Vaccine Whistleblower. I would love you guys to come back, have conversation with us. Remember, no fighting. We're bringing an honest conversation. So if you have things that trigger you, find the facts that you want to shoot back. Don't just come back with emotion, because we're here to bring these things forward. Mark, I love it. You were mind-blowing. Thank you for coming on. Guys, go to his website. I have it one last time. I'm going to put it right here. Everybody go give him a follow. Subscribe to his stuff. He's going to be joining our band that we have forming with the saxophone. And Friday the 13th is next Friday. They're going to play. We're finding an abandoned graveyard, and that's where they're going to do the first concert. So I hope you're ready, Mark. You got to be a part of it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I love it. So guys, share this episode. Go give it a like, share, and thank you again, Mark. I look forward to actually connecting with you again very soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to be here and the invitation. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, have a great one.